Good afternoon. Welcome to another exciting edition of the 2024 Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament. My name is Rubes. I'm in the booth here with Osvaldo. Osvaldo, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Rubes. I'm doing good. This is going to be one heck of an interesting race, if I do say so myself.
100%. We have a special exhibition for you. The race, as scheduled, was initially supposed to be between Caleb and Papa Dukes. Papa Dukes, however, was unable to make the race and hope everything's going okay. But a new challenger appeared in the form of 2019 Spring Tournament champion Crabcakes. So we're gonna have an unofficial exhibition between Caleb and Crabcakes today, and I'm excited. I haven't had a chance to calm any of her races, and oof, I am looking forward to this. While we're waiting for the race to get started here, Azudo, do you want to go over the special flags that Caleb gave us today?
Absolutely. So, what we have today is a four-forced party with nuns with a banned black belt. All of the shard chests are trapped with random formations. We have Proc Gem Waterfall, a buffed Bahamut that you must fight for your promo, and a shuffled and unsafe buffed Astos. So there is a chance that either the king or the princess could be Astos in disguise, and that could throw our runners for a loop.
Absolutely, that could be scary. Thing that excites me the most about these flags is this is a shard hunt, which is what we've been doing all tournament instead of the typical light all four orbs and then go visit chaos in the past. This is a shard hunt, so we have to find 28 shards. And in chests throughout the world, there are 32 shards hidden. And in this one, we decided to make them all trapped. And they're going to have random B-side encounters on. So you might have a 3-eye fight, you might have a blue dragon fight, or fight guarding some shards. Either way, possibly some good experience on the line, but also possibly a wipe.
Absolutely.
And then there's still that one box being guarded by Warmick.
There it is. There is still a trapped Warmech guarding the Vanilla Massa. And we now get our first look at the parties. Again, it is a 4-4, so everyone's running the same. Double Thief, Red Mage, and a Fighter.
Yes. The fighter today, we got plus 20 MDef, as I see we're getting started here. Hurt Undead, so Lich can take a beating from the fighter. The Double Thief, they will both have Elemental Magic and plus Fighter Sword. So they can swing some Ice Swords and Flame Swords early and stuff like that. And then our Red Mage gets Wood Adept, so can equip the Wood Armor, Shield, and Helmet to get a huge amount of evasion. And then Heal plus Magic in slot 8, so that's pretty cool.
Much, and I see Caleb is already off using the walk backwards sprite animation. That's always a bit confusing when I see it, but it's a fun thing to see sometimes.
Yes, and all his mages are eggs. Don't forget that.
That is true, and we see Cece is now on the move.
Let's see what kind of magic we got. Life 1's good. That's in slot 1. They'll be learnable for both the Red Mage and the Fighter, or the Knight.
Now to see, we have Fast and Black Magic.
Breakfast. That's Caleb's favorite part of the day, if I remember correctly.
CC checking the item shop. No shop item there at this time, and away she goes.
Now there's a chance that there won't be a shop item, so you never know if we'll want to find one, or if we'll just find a bunch of tents and cabins and houses.
Absolutely, and Caleb finds our first item, the TNT, in the top left chest of Temple of Fiends.
Ooh.
And the first one to pull Garland. Is it time for breakfast? Let's find out. No! Garland says, I've already eaten. No, thank you.
Come on, it's never too late for breakfast.
He went for the second helping. Crabcakes now also pulling Garland. No, he says no to that breakfast as well. Meanwhile, we have a rod and a bridge from the Princess and the King.
Excellent. So we can go over to to provoke it and see if we got some a sweeper over there though for our red mage. We really could use one because we don't want to just spend all day meleeing things.
No, we do not. Although the thief with the fighter weapon will make it easier, that doesn't necessarily make it any better when you're fighting 9 pirates at once.
I mean, the thieves do have elemental magic though, so I mean that's level 2 magic in the level 8, or second level like fire 2, ice 2, lit 2 in their eighth chart in their 8th slot, so that's not bad.
Absolutely. I see that Caleb now going to go turn in his TNT. And check the boxes. He's got a crown. And a soft potion.
The exciting thing is that all these items are loose. There are only 7 incentivized items, and they're all the tail and pieces of gear. So that crown and TNT that we got could turn into the tail, the opal bracelet, the power gauntlets, roost stick, power gauntlet. It is.
Meanwhile,
but our important items, well, they're not going to be on people, probably.
oh dear, Matoya seems to have put the crystal in a chest and forgotten about it. And Crabcakes with the ship and the ruby. Oh, and it's Astos. We found him, and he is
no!
buffed and nasty. And Bracked first turn. My, what Astos just not even giving it any challenge.
You know, I thought Astos had decent MDef, but he didn't. Well, he, whatever you want to. In this case, did not put up a fight at all.
No, one shot Brack, but the experience put Crabcakes' entire party to level 7 off of one fight.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be really good. See if Caleb can have the same luck when he visits Matoya. I hope he saves outside of her cave.
Absolutely. And he's got his ship. Kill the broom, find the crystal. And, oh, he has the donut, so he has our fun % flag turned on of feeding the Titan random items.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going out and saving. He realizes that Shuffled Astos is on, and he doesn't want to find him. And he has. And he resets out.
That was a roost stick, right?
That was a roost stick, yep.
You can get it later. It's fine.
Crabcakes, meanwhile, has found exit in the white level, and black magic, not so good. So that means we are still without a good sweeper.
We got 2 thieves. They can cast magic. It's fine.
This is true.
All I need is 4 casts of fire too in the Earth Cave, right?
Absolutely, with the way that Earth Cave's been on these flags. Meanwhile, Crabcake's going for the Confuse strat. Confuses every single pirate. See if they'll kill themselves. They are already starting, yep. And these pirates look pretty nasty, actually.
So, what happens when you're confused is you're not just like hitting yourself with melee, you're hitting yourself with Fire 1. And in these flags, Fire 1 is buffed to be like the equivalent of Fire 3 single targeting, I believe.
That it is.
So, let's just say they're hurting themselves a lot.
And we get a nice bottle, which, not progression.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in the item shop. Picking up a ton of tents.
Do have a wood shield available for the potential wood adept red mage.
That we do. Crabcakes going in, saving, out we go.
Alright, let's see where she decides to go. We still have not found Canal, correct? So I would assume we're going to go visit Elfland and then pay a trip to Marsh.
Looks like we're hitting Dwarves first, which will get CC her crown as well.
That's a good point. And the crown will be a free turn-in for once, since Astos has already been found.
This is correct. Meanwhile, Caleb going back to pick up his wood armor. He's looking for that full set. He's already got 2 pieces. He just needs the wood helmet, and that is evade cap.
That is pretty good.
CC finding her power bonk and exiting out.
So, would you say though that a wooden helmet would in this case be an evade cap?
considering, no, not cap, but very close. If it was on the thief, much closer, because the thief in these flags starts with 100 agility to start with.
Alright. Level 3, we got Fire 1 and Warp. Well, at least we got Warp, that's nice.
Life 2 and Wall in the white magic, that's pretty good.
Unfortunately, Life 2 is not going to be learnable. That is White Mage locked.
But we should note that only Life 1 works in battle. In these
That's
flags.
very true. That is very true, and the Knight and the Red Mage are both able to learn that. So that is good.
Checking out the armor. There's your wooden helm. Red Mage is going to have the complete wood set. The only downside is you can't put a ribbon on him.
Just gotta find a pro ring, so at least you get the death protection, and then, well, at least you have something.
I also see that Caleb picked up Wall, so if he puts Wall on that Red Mage, he's good to go.
That's true.
Ribbon without the ribbon. Caleb, meanwhile...
Let's see, level 4 looked like it had Ice 3, Fire 3, so we actually had some good sweepers. But it's all the way at level 4, and Red Mage can't learn get any of those spell charges until like level 10, so it's going to be a while.
Caleb's finding that the kind Astos, or what would be Astos, gives the tail, so he can now promote when he finds his canal.
That is good.
As the Bahamut docks are turned on for this flag. Crabcakes, meanwhile, heading down towards good old Marsh Cave. Both of our runners holding hands.
I love to see it.
CC burning some encounters.
I imagine it'll be hard to coordinate because he's walking backwards and she's walking normal way.
It's more like you got a reverse high five. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Hard to say.
So Crabcakes checking the top of Marsh, and Caleb heading that direction as well. Silver helmet, not bad. Some cash.
Yeah. Good headgear for the fighter.
Absolutely. And a large pack of wolves in the beautiful palette swap fun flag turned on, I see.
Yes.
There is our herb out of the top.
Another turn and we could get maybe I'll be our Excalibur.
Could be our Vorpal too.
Could be our Vorpal.
Everyone loves a good Vorpal. Crabcakes heading down.
Still got to find a canoe or a canal or a key. That's what's holding us up here.
Well, at this point, progression has to be down here, and it has to be one of those things. The key would be a bit trolly. But if you find the key in Marsh, you can check Marsh locked right away and never come back to this place again.
I hope it's in the northeast box on the bottom floor, because then you have to walk all the way back down if you want to check those boxes.
That's always a fun one. Oh, I see an Xbox. We know who's hanging out. Actually, no, we don't. That could be shards.
We don't, but they're not going to take them. They don't want to risk a wipe. Or maybe Caleb will.
Caleb's rearranging. It is not Warmack. And that is the key, as Crabcakes is now popping boxes in Marsh Locked.
Oh, wow. Key was in the crown chest?
It does appear so.
Caleb found a shard with the cockatrice mummy pack.
But the cockatrice, something gave him dark, and with the improved dark flag on, that is a pain. He manages to push through. And gets his single shard.
A chunk, actually. Doing the truffle shuffle here in the bottom of Marsh Cave.
Defense sword found in Marsh Lock. That's pretty good to have. Can't complain about that at all. You have your ruse sticks. There's both of your caster items for extra evade.
Yep.
And a heal pot. Well, they can't all be winners.
At least it's probably a stack of heal pots, right? Doesn't it roll like something up to like 10 or something?
Yep, that is correct. And with the slab, CC is exiting out and heading on their way.
All right, so with the key, we have a whole bunch of places we can check. We can check there are 3 boxes in the Northwest Castle, 4 boxes in Elfland Castle, 8 in the Dwarf Flock, and Canaria has 6, and Temple of Fiends also has 3. So one of them has to give us something. But what will it be?
That is what we're about to find out. Crabcakes making the proximity play, going to turn in the crown, and with the key, you can loot Astos's closet. See what he's got in there.
Mm-hmm.
Another trap chest. Light axe +5. That is nothing to snarl at.
No, that's a really good fighter weapon. Well, and I was going to say the thief can be able to use it too with the fighter weapons, right? So that's really nice.
That is indeed. Crabcakes saving, going back out, and we'll challenge that trap chest to see what it is. And nacho. Blue nacho, blue cheese nacho, or Cool Ranch, depends on how you want to look at it.
I'm boring. I like my nachos plain. I don't know. I'd probably stay away from this one.
Nice. There's one shard, or a chunk in Cece's case, for each of our runners.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb,
And
meanwhile,
let's say we were looking for 32 shards or chunks, and with every one we get, it does increase our experience payout by 12.5%. So we definitely
correct.
want to keep accumulating them so that our experience grows faster and faster.
Indeed, and we have our first ribbon.
Very nice.
Cece checking out stuff, seeing what's there. Gonna check Elfland Treasury. Cash. Opal +2. And some experience. And there's our freedom.
A
Canal.
canal.
So, Rubes, I'm going to ask you the pressing question that everyone's thinking, especially with these flag sets. Where is the canoe?
All right. So what do we got? We still have a number of checks we can do before we get out of the inner city, which is what I would do first, and CC is in the process of doing that as well. Meanwhile, Caleb is struggling a little bit with the nachos, but broke through.
He pulled a double pack, so
I'm going to say that we're not going to see the canoe for a long time.
I would agree. Oh, but we see the floater, which is totally useless without the canoe.
I double down on my statement. We are not seeing that canoe for a long time.
No, I would agree. It's usually in the most inopportune place. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to make a bold prediction that it will be in Ordeals.
Whoa.
Because I personally don't go to Ordeals in these flag sets, and many runners don't. But
nope.
For obvious reasons, you technically can get through this seed without a canoe if nothing lands in ice or volcano. Because we do have Northern Docks on. But it is a lot harder.
Actually, that's a very good point. Ordeals is canoe lock, so it can't
that's true.
lock itself. I like the idea though. How about let's just call it Sharknado floor in one of the trap chests, and we'll be done with it.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll go with that.
All right.
I prefer ridiculous. So.
Meanwhile, CC found a pro ring and a white shirt in the Toflock boxes. And we can't wear the white shirt, but we can use that for Cast of Aviz too, which would be really good against the Fiends later on.
Absolutely. Depending on where Invis 2 rolled, it might be locked. It will potentially be locked out of the red mage. So having something like that around is a huge advantage.
Yeah. Plus, we already got the Roostic and the defense sword. We got all the evade.
We do. CC, meanwhile, talking to the Hooray Dwarf. That's spectacular. I love to see it. And he lives again.
Team Hooray Dwarf. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Totally on board with that. And let's see what we have in the Dwarves' treasury. So far, nothing spectacular.
That was a really good iron armor. Really good iron armor, though. +6.
But that chime. Ooh. Sky is open because we do have Northern Docks on.
Spicy.
So, you have the rod and you have the chime. Do you dive Earth or do you go for the sky play?
I mean, I would always go. I almost always go Ruby check and then Earth check, but I mean, I would say in a 1v1, especially if it's against somebody of Caleb or Crabcakes caliber. I mean, you gotta make a play.
Yeah, you got to risk it.
These are two excellent runners, and I mean, if you're, if I was facing against Caleb, I'd probably just run my best and hope for the best. But if it's against Crabcakes, I might have to take a risk because Crabcakes is on a different level than most of us.
Absolutely, and it looks like Crabcakes might be heading for promote. Yeah, it looks like straight down.
Maybe. Classic Gamer in chat mentioning Whitelock Fade. That's a shame.
That is.
Bad
There's
sweepers all around.
Saracen mentioning there are 18 dangerous checks in Sky versus 24 in an excessively long walk through Earth. This is very true. You got to it comes down to, do you think Earth has something in it? I mean, you can full clear it. You could literally full clear. Oh, that's right. Fight Bahamut is on, and he is beat. But a dragon sword will do work.
It will, but that's still scary. I mean, he could come out with like things like Inferno and all sorts of scary things. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, this is spicy.
I like it.
So we start off with a white shirt, defense sword. Gonna try a Brackstrat and a Roo stick. Ruse comes out, Brack comes out. Nope. A white shirt. What will Bahamut do? Nothing. Poison hit. Brack again. White shirt again. Nice 2. Everyone, the first thief named Dan has been danned. Curing up, Bahamut swing and a miss. Ooh! 2 hits for 271 on that dragon sword wielding thief down there. And good timing on that wall. Ooh, but a bit evasive. Cure 2 coming out. And 14 damage. Oh, there goes the red mage. No more healing and no more wall. Drink strats are still an option.
We've done over 400 damage, so it's about 500 damage now to Bahamut, so we'll see what happens. I think we can get through this.
Yeah, I think at this... Oh, Bahamut has fast. That could be bad. Ooh, and slow. Oh dear. That could be... Oh, going with drink strats.
So you get the crits.
Another ice 2, and we're down to solo thief with a dragon sword. And there it is! Got it. That thief has just got a ton of levels, and there's your promotion. That is clutch.
Very nice. So they can equip all sorts of great stuff and buy some spells for the ninjas and knight. Meanwhile, Caleb looks like he's in the Titan's tunnel. He's taking on some Gurmaduses.
He is indeed. Yeah, but he's got the fire 2 casts from the thief. He shouldn't have much of a problem with them.
As long as they don't have Stone Touch.
Thank you. I was just about to mention, for those of you who saw the race yesterday, Stone Touch Gurmadusas were a thing, and it was something.
It was spectacular.
That it was. Crabcakes meanwhile looks to be heading to Onrack, probably to res some party members, and take a look at some magic. And the shop item, which is not there.
Nope, no shop item. I'm guessing Caleb's going to Earth. I don't know if he's going to... I'm guessing he might res Billy first, but maybe not. He has a life cast, I think, on the red mage, so could do it. But...
I think he's keeping him down. I think he's going to Dan him and try to spread the experience out.
I think so.
I'm curious if CC is also left one of her Thief down. So they're both runners taking the same strat of concentrating experience in the 3 members that they actually plan on using, as opposed to an ability to meat shield.
Dan is Dan, but Dan is okay.
This is true. Crabcakes, meanwhile, is now heading for Sky.
I love it. Love the Sky play.
Absolutely. And finds herself a T-Rex. It's color swap, but that's our blue stake, if I'm not mistaken.
That is a blue stake. I think it's gone rancid, but that is a blue stake.
That is indeed this. And if the dragon sword's still equipped, it is, and that's a ton of damage, and that's a good chunk of experience. And the question was that off a hard reset? If that's a
sure.
That's a grindable encounter.
Okay. She's doing regular resets now.
And I see that
Adamant at Crescent Lake for 44,000 gross.
But he had the money and he bought it up. Checking some chests. Found an opal +2. Oh, there's our loot. That puts CC in item go mode. It's just about finding your shards now. Although, to be fair, you probably want some nice weapons.
Meanwhile, Caleb found a nice pure pot with the Circle of Sages and Quad X in slot 2 of level 6, which is Red Wizard unlearnable.
Especially with these flags where Quad X has been increased from 300 to 600.
Quad X being one of the best spells out there because it just kills anything that doesn't have death protection and has no more than 600 HP. So it can do a lot of work against the Fiend refights.
I'd like to welcome the viewers of the Free Enterprise channel who is rating us. Hello, how you doing?
Welcome in. This is a showcase of the Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter Tournament 2024 flags. Apologize, sorry.
And we have pulled another Nightmare and Badmen pack. It is not the it is still not the War Mech.
Yep.
And Caleb now heading down to see the King of Dragons and see how he does against what was a quite hard-hitting Bahamut. He's taking on the side dragons. You can actually fight them, gain some extra experience points.
Smart guy, I forgot you could do that.
Yeah, so he's... Oh, and that is a mismenu on the fast. Hit unconscious Billy. But those dragons don't have much in them.
That's a good Ghasty fight.
Absolutely. Now there's another X box in Mirage next to CC. We'll see. Ooh, Ice +5. Can't complain about that. That's great for your ninja. Nope, okay. Just some worms.
Wrong kind of worms. If they were the purple worms, that would be an amazing experience. But this should be fine.
Yeah, well, and here goes Caleb. He is pulling the King of Dragons. Let's see what happens. He's going to white shirt. He's going to power bonk. And he's going to use fast. And Billy is down. Fast comes out. Power bonk comes out. Defense sword. I think that's a good idea. Wall. Oh, and that's Caleb's kicked. And Crabcakes has left Mirage. I don't believe that she found anything in the greater than less than room. So,
I'd like to shout out El Magus with a raid of 29. Thanks for stopping in. Welcome to a Final Fantasy Randomizer Winter 2024 showcase race between Caleb and Crabcakes. Hope you're all doing well today.
Yeah, so far we have quite the interesting race. Couple of routing divergences. Looks like Crabcakes is heading up to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go in and grab some magic first. There's Fade.
It is actually Red Wizard learnable is in the second slot. Nice.
Yes, that's good.
I didn't see that.
Neither did I. That is, our runners are quite fast at menuing. It sometimes can be very hard to catch how many shards they have or even what's in what shop.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with runners like Caleb and Cece, both of which have been around a long time and lightning fast fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Bahamut down to 100, but he's hitting hard. And looks like he might be evade capped. Oh, it's coming right down to it. And he's got it. Caleb now has his promotion.
Ooh, so close.
Ooh, but Crabcakes pulling the infamous party police in red Ankleos.
Oh no. I don't know if we really want this shard that badly.
I am uncertain of that. Gonna try a Brack strat on it. Slow hits. Oh dear. Yeah, switch to magic. No fade charges, but you have ice 3. One down. Meanwhile, Caleb taking on that blue D as a way to get some extra experience pumped into that knight. And Cece takes the chunk and goes to the next box. There's our Gurmeduses. Caleb swing. Goodbye, blue D.
They're standing for grayscale.
Meanwhile, CC making quick work of those Gurmeduses. Thankfully, no stone touch, death touch, or anything weird. And gets another chunk. And exits right on out of there. Not bothering with Sarda. Or burning encounters. No, just burning the encounters off. That is a good idea. Now, Sarda so far in the flags that I've seen doesn't usually have a lot, but I could be wrong. Opal armor, not really interested, thanks.
I mean, that's not bad for your knight. So it's a lot of absorb. It's not as good as a dragon armor.
No,
it's
and
pretty good.
The question is, do you want to waste time going all the way back, all the way through Titans, coming all the way back out, where you can just reset out and say, if I get the canoe, I can come back with it with the floater.
That's a very good point. And Cece's heading into Earth. Caleb is near Onrak, taking on a fight. We're about 30 minutes in, and I just want to do a quick shout out to the people who are making this stream happen. RPG Limit Break, restreamer Jay Scheidel, thank you very much. And our tracker, Wildhand, former runner who knocked me out of the spring tournament a couple years back.
Absolutely. This would be near impossible without all the people who volunteer their time and put in the work. So thank you to both of them as well. PC, meanwhile, has gone through checking a couple of chests in Earth so far. One chunk, nothing major. Ooh, but unrunnable cobras, and nope.
That's the only thing about the palette swap is sometimes they'll look like they're palette swap. So in this case, the cobras look a lot like the asps.
Yeah,
what are those?
The good news is you never know what the fiends are going to look like, or chaos.
No, they can have some very fun colors.
We had a watermelon kraken the other day that was quite entertaining. Unfortunately, we saw a lot of them.
So at this point, our progression, which is either going to be the Oxyale or the Cube or the Canoe, has to be in Earth somewhere.
That is correct. It has to be down here, and we have the rod, so we can full clear.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling an ice +5, so it is very nice out of that chest for CC. That will do great things against pretty much the entire volcano.
Mm-hmm. Not so much carry, but I mean it's still a very good weapon.
There's our Oxyale, so There is your progression item. Right next to a box full of sorcerers. Which, in the vanilla game, were the worst possible thing to see. In the randomizer, yeah, take it or leave it. They usually don't roll up anything too horrible.
Yeah, usually somewhere around 100 HP and don't usually do a whole lot.
No, thankfully. Meanwhile, Caleb is popping in. He's going to find his loot. And be very happy to see it, I'm sure. In his case, it's a bassoon. He also has the random instrument flag turned on from our fun percentage flags.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. CC exited out and is diving back in.
I may as well. You don't want to have to. You don't want to risk losing. Losing the chunk that you had, or a shard that you had to fight for, and the Oxyale, which we know is going to lead somewhere. Well, to see, but it's certainly going to be a necessary dive later.
This is very true. Especially because you do another ice +5. Very, very good swords. You don't know when you're going to pop one of those X chests and find a very angry ancient war machine that you just woke up and it's cranky and it doesn't want you around.
CC never failing to do the door glitch. Always thank you for that.
Oh, getting another one of these big packs of wolves, always fun to deal with. More wolf packs. Meanwhile, over on Caleb's side, he's found that Nightmare Badman pack. But he's using the ice too. That's the Nightmare's weakness. That should hopefully clear up some of it. Reviving one of the Billies.
Let's pose a hypothetical. Let's say what I believe is the worst case scenario happens. We find everything here on Earth. Where do you go? Where do you go?
That's a hard call. Volcano has.
I don't think it's going to happen. But,
no. Well, if you find everything, that means you're finding the cube and the canoe. If you have all of that, get the airship, and I'd say hit Volcano. You have exit. You can literally clean sweep the thing. If you don't want to take on carry, you don't have to. You can even just hit the armory floor and see what's there. And we should note that that both Lich and Carry are worth 2 shards each, while Kraken and Tia are worth 4.
Yes, so Kraken and Tia have a little bit of a premium on them, but they are a little harder to get to because they have the hard enemies. So, quick shard check. Looks like Crabcakes has 7 and Caleb has 4.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And CC gonna head out, probably check Lich's bedroom, see if there's anything hanging out in there worth your time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably beat up a speed bump and head on out of here. And
I'm gonna guess there's a shard in here and nothing else.
Ooh, ribbon plus. No, there's a nice ribbon though.
Ooh, no shards, but there is that ribbon.
That ribbon, very helpful.
Instant protection from all elements? Yes, please.
Absolutely. Put that right on that ninja. Absolutely. And we are... Oh, unrunnable troll. That's trolly. What do you expect?
Just wasting our time.
Now, I will note that knight is still swinging that light axe. That is going to make very quick work of an undead lich.
Indeed. Light axe also can be used to cast harm too in battle. Which, if you have a white mage, you can use that against anybody. But we don't, so we can't. Meanwhile, Fire 1 hitting Lich for 300. Thank you, Buff Fire. And she hits 456 out of the Light Axe. Lich didn't know it hit him.
Yep, that is it for our favorite speed bump. So now, burn off some encounters, and I guess we are headed for the Sea Shrine.
Makes sense.
Well, you have chat pointing out that you've already done part of Mirage, so there's now more there's more chests in C that you can grab. And let's not forget, Bubbles is in C, and we must carbonate Bubbles.
Yes, 100%. I am drinking a drink right now. It is not a Bubble Soda Company drink, and I apologize, but it is carbonated, so I am on the side of carbonating Bubbles.
We here at the Bubble Soda Company would like to remind all of our viewers that we use every part of the mermaid. Nothing goes to waste, all recyclable. CC now grabbing her adamant.
Saracen in chat saying 34 in Sky, 18 Mirage, 32 in C. I know that those Sky and Mirage numbers are correct. I never remember the C number, but that sounds about right.
Oh, I can never sit there and count them.
But also, Sky, if we get the cube, is just, it's only 3 floors worth of chests. And then just walk up a couple floors, beat Tia, get 4 shards from her.
You can say hello to the Wandering Warmech if you so desire. He is wandering around on the Sky Maze floor. If you want to fight him, just find him. Mm-hmm. And Classic Gamer in chat pointing out something that I noticed as well. Xfer. CC picked up Xfer. I am personally a huge fan of picking up Xfer. It has saved me in a number of runs before.
Is she going for the meme strats against Chaos? I hope she does. I would love to see it.
I would as well. I love to see the defenseless off of Chaos and then boom.
Mm-hmm. Yes. X for those who don't know what it does, because you don't see it that often. It basically takes any elemental resistance that an enemy has and removes it. So it's like an anti-ribbon. So Lich, you use it on Lich. You can also use Quad X on Lich, although we don't have it, but you could.
Bye, Light Axe. Hello, X-Cal. That is a big X-Cal.
+4. That is a big stick.
Chat pointing out that is indeed a vanilla X-Cal. Adamant in the vanilla game would do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how many times I've seen the X-Cal with Smith versus in the other locations. I feel like a plurality of the time it's with him.
Randomizer gonna randomize some things.
But going back to Extra Brack, Extra basically makes Bracket like about a 6% chance to hit Chaos. So yeah, that's better than about a 1% chance.
Absolutely. I personally love to see it. It's like getting a Brack or a Bane cast on Kraken 2 or Tia 2. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That is the old 18 and 256 shot.
CC is heading down on Rack Way. Gonna go see what mermaids and Kraken have for her.
So far, hasn't been a lot of X marks chests to open. There's been a couple, but a lot less than I thought. Ignoring mermaid side, going right for Kraken side.
We have a way to beat Kraken. I endorse it.
Our tracker Wildham pointing out only 8 so far for the trap chests, so they are hiding quite well.
Yeah, there are 33 of them, including Warmech, so 32 shards. So there's still lots of places they can be.
There is.
Looks like they're all Sky or Eels or something.
That could be Volcano.
Could be.
Chat pointing out Volcano is where we're hiding them. I mean, there's a chance, but we have to find that ever elusive canoe. I mean, if this is going to be like most of the siege we've seen, you'll find Cube in here.
Yep.
And have to go all the way back to Sky, and then you'll be able to get your canoe.
Mm-hmm.
Another Xbox. Okay, that's not a huge problem.
Cerberus, not bad. Caleb doing some giants for a chunk.
Down they go. Do have to comment on that egg with the hat. I do very much enjoy that.
Yes, I love his egg sprites. All his mages are eggs. They're wonderful.
I think it's the first time I have seen them in a very long time, but they do bring a smile to your face, and if you can't smile while Chaos is beating the crap out of you.
I remember one time, man, this was years ago. I don't remember if it was like just a weekly seed or if it was a Rankolo seed or something. But Caleb gave us the seed, and we all had to run his eggs and walk backwards. It was pretty funny.
The walk backwards, I think, would definitely put me at a severe disadvantage because it is very confusing. The first time I believe I've seen one of those, I was like, "What? What is that? What is he doing?" Meanwhile, Crabcakes checking the last chest on the Kraken floor. Just beating the ever-loving tar out of that shark. And there's the cube. Yep, exactly. That is exactly what was thought. This is an around-the-world seed.
Well, we still have mermaid side. Maybe canoe's hiding in there. It isn't, but maybe it is.
It isn't, but you know what is. But again, Bubbles is hiding in there, so I mean, there's always that. It seems that chat pointing out what a non-surprise that cube is. Yep, that many of these flags have shown that you have to go all around the world to get anything done. Back and forth, back and forth. Crabcakes now pulling up to our old. Oh, no, got some annoying waters. Here we go. So this is. Well, that is a color palette. With fast, apparently.
Oh no.
That's you don't really want to see that. But a fast X-Cal. It's probably going to make quick work of this. Ooh, 10 hits, but survives.
Ouch. That didn't do a whole lot of anything.
No, it didn't. Trying to brack the Kraken. Doesn't matter. The Kraken is down. That is not a very strong Kraken, to be honest. I expected much better. But that is 4 shards and 2 orbs lit. And each orb does give a 50% boost to your XP.
So the Crabcake is now at 14 shards after beating Kraken. So she is halfway to 28.
And looks like we're gonna go check mermaids.
Meanwhile, Caleb is in Earth Cave. He picked up his Oxy. He's got some chunks. He's making his way down to the Vampire. Picked up a nice +5 sword, which is still a really good sword. It's not an X-Cal +4, but it's pretty good.
It is. Until you can find a katana for those ninjas, it's really good. And meanwhile, popping another monster box. Bunch of oozes and arachnids. A couple of sweepers take care of that quite quickly. And say goodbye to everything on screen. Okay, I'm getting rid of another annoying bat, finding a pure potion. Not exactly pleased about that, I'm sure. CC going to check the loop around chests. Here's another X. Ooh, a pair of eyes.
Unrunnable. If it was runnable, we could try to refight it with 3 eyes.
That'd be a lot better. It's still good experience.
Two still good.
Yeah, and that's 19, 17, 17. That's really good levels.
Warping out, and then going back to the right side of the room, because that's a little faster.
Absolutely. Finding some housing. Let's take a peek. Aegis shield. That's a good shield. Oh, I'm walking on past Bubbles, who did not get in the way this time. Well, 50-50, you know. At least Crabcakes did say hi to the Hooray Dwarf and didn't kill him, so you know what? I'm more than willing to give them a pass on that.
That's fine. CC finding another shard.
Should put her at 16 if I'm not mistaken.
I'm just going to clear out the TFC floor.
Does appear so, and then probably exit out and Off to sky we go.
Mm-hmm.
Because so far, that elusive canoe is not here. But you know what is
Fun
here?
fact.
Crappy pack of undead.
Oh no.
And gone. But another chunk. Chat pointing out once again, Bubbles is hiding good stuff. An Aegis shield, pretty good.
Caleb finding that ribbon in Earth.
And he will be going to see a speed bump very soon. Which will not last long at all. And the final chest in C reveals a soft potion. And out we go.
Oh well.
Yep. You kind of knew you'd end up in Sky at some point.
It's disappointing there weren't more shards than that in C.
Very much so. They must be hiding in Volcano today.
Mm-hmm. Caleb about to take on speed bump number 1.
It didn't even last a round. Wow.
And speed bump number 1 is gone. One swing. Goodbye.
Oh my. Well, Crabcakes now making the boat ride back to Mirage.
Mm-hmm. So sad. Have to go open more boxes.
But the good news is you can now skip just about everything. Greater than, less than can be skipped over. You can skip over the entire first 2 floors. Does save time.
A little bit.
Climbing through.
So where is the canoe? Which floor is it on?
Would it be ironic if it ended up in CC's Gambit?
There's a non-zero chance of that.
The 4-pack in the north, it would be, it would be very, it'd be appropriate, I would say, in this kind of a race.
Uh-huh, absolutely.
Meanwhile, unrunnable bad men, always not so fun to see. It'd also be nice to find yourself a katana, especially if it rolled up. Give that ninja something potent to swing. Caleb, meanwhile, he is now diving into sea. And it looks like he might be doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Going Kraken side first.
Yeah, I mean, if you happen to find canoe and cube on Kraken side, then you don't have to go to mermaids. But we know that we'll find the cube, not find the canoe.
That we will. Meanwhile, check some chests here, some money, more housing, and an Xbox. It's just some interesting palette swapped ogres, which just go down like nobody's business.
Not really going to help us with the XP that we need, because we're going to need it for Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Absolutely. CC meanwhile warping out and coming back. I love seeing it. Sun Sword.
Sun Sword in the Bane Sword box. Not great, but
it rolled vanilla, and you have the X-Cal, and those Ice plus 5s do outclass it, so leave it behind.
Yeah.
Another Xbox. Ooh! Oh! Sky provides. Mage Staff, Dragon Armor, and another ribbon.
That's all 3 ribbons for CC. That's pretty good.
That is a ribbon for every living character. That is big. And pop in the box. Well, yeah, that's a thing.
That's a fight.
Yep. And Caleb has found his cube and is probably saying the same thing everyone else has been saying. Really? This again? We're doing this whole route around thing again. So that is... CC has completely cleared the first floor of Sky to the spider floor.
Mm-hmm. She needs 4 shards and a Tia kill, and she'll be in go mode without a canoe, potentially.
Could be a canoeless seed. Still checking other chests, though. Probably looking for a katana. Monster in a box. Some radioactive frost wolves.
It's better than Sahags, but
That is true. It's a little bit more challenging, if only by degrees.
slightly more experience. Where are the purple worms? Where are the dragons? We need the good stuff.
I have noticed there has been a severe lack of nastiness in trap boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking back to yesterday's race, and everything was nasty in the first couple boxes.
It was.
Finding some more money in the regular incentivized chest, and leaving. And to CC's Gambit we go.
Love it.
Money, money. Brocade plus 6 is nothing to sneer at, but CC not interested. And fading, apparently, no, probably not. I was thinking they might fade, but no, they'll be back for that side once they're done this side. They'll warp out, clear the other side, then just go straight down. There's our canoe. No, I was close. It was right floor.
But no shards in this room. That feels kind of bad.
No, and Crabcakes says no thank you to everything else and just decides, ooh, there's damage poison, but the ribbons will help you.
Mm-hmm.
It says absolutely no to any of the other chests. Moving on. Level 21 on that ninja. Oh, there's a trap chest there.
At this point, take one shard and ooh, that's a good fight for experience.
That's a
Gershark Big Eye.
That's a very good experience booster. Caleb now pulling up to our old friend the Kraken.
So I say at this point, I think Cece's just gonna go fight Tia and then go fight Carrie and then be done. But we'll see what she does.
We will. Another question that we all have to ask is, where's Warmack? And if Cece runs into him, will she fight him?
I don't think so, but we'll see. I could be wrong.
She does have an X-Cal. Ooh, unrunnable airs. You don't want to see that.
No.
Have all the all the elementals you can find. The airs, I gotta say, are the worst. I am not a fan.
They hit hard. They are often evasive. Not really weak to anything.
Caleb is
just
now
kind of a pain.
They are. Caleb through Kraken and now going to dive mermaids.
Excellent. He's up to 14 shards.
And because we have Warmack as patrolling, he will not be showing up on our Bridge of Destiny today. So, relatively safe bridge.
Oh, if he didn't have ribbons, those fighters would be a problem.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Those things were nasty, nasty, nasty. So, we'll wander up. Pack of Red Hydras. Unfortunately, I think we used all our Ice 3 charges. Otherwise, that's a great XP boost.
It's not bad. I'd probably still take it even without the sweepers, but that's me.
We got a dual-colored Tia today. Swing with the X-Cal and fast at 5 hits for 550. Tia doesn't have much longer left, I don't think. Yep, there we go. 6 hits for 619. Goodbye, Tiamat.
Tia rolled pretty low. She could roll as high as 2,200. Or not, 2,000. Sorry, 2,200 would be the refight.
Yeah, it's 2,200. If you're seeing that in Mirage and you in Sky, you have jacked up those sliders far too much.
Just a little bit.
Meanwhile,
another T-Rex.
Yes, another blue stake. Caleb, meanwhile, is diving the mermaid side, harm 3ing some undead pack to grab another chunk. Hey, look at that. Another T-Rex.
Oh, boy.
Could this be a grind opportunity? Classic Gamer in chat asking, what's wrong with a 5,000 HP Tia in Sky? Nothing, depending on if you brack them.
I was going to say, still as brackable as a 1,000 HP Tia.
Yep, you just have to get, just get the shot off and you're good. Crabcakes, meanwhile, now with canoe in hand. is headed to get her airship.
So we are nearly an hour in. We're finally getting in the air. Do
At
we
fif-
do any of the turn-ins, or do we just go get those shards?
At this point, I don't think you would bother. You already have 3 ribbons. You have the power bonk. You have a defense sword. You have a ruse stick. The only thing that's left out there is... Did we get the opal? I think the opal Cheerio is one of the few things left out there.
Yeah, I think
And the Vorpal.
Maybe she checks armory, and then after that, I think it'll be straight to carry.
Nope, just straight to carry.
I said maybe.
Well, I mean, you don't the only thing you'd really want if you're in Crabcake's position would be a rolled up katana, but you don't know the katana rolled up. It could have rolled down, so stick with the ice sword.
And there's still a chance that one of those Xboxes might not be a shard. Could be Warmack.
Correct. We have not seen the Warmack box, and at this point, you don't really need to risk it if you're CC. Just blows right past the Agama.
Caleb blew right past Bubbles. I'm sorry.
It's fine. The sort of company appreciates the support when it can get it. And that right there, just disrespecting Carrie. Didn't even heal before taking on the fight, walking through all that lava. Just, nope. And Carrie says, oh yeah? Well, sleep tight.
That's annoying.
A little bit. However, I'm going to say that's the end of Carrie. And that is the end of the shard hunt for Crabcakes.
Crabcakes has hit her go mode just shy of 59 minutes.
So now, looks like CC is going to go pick up some magic. I don't disagree with that at all. Because having an extra cure and an extra exit cast on that night could mean all the difference in a Topher dive that goes wrong.
And generally, once you get deep into Topher, you just keep going. But you get the option to exit and save what you did successfully. Could be worth it.
This is true. But getting fast and Brack and Lock 2 on that ninja is a huge help. And life on that night and Invis 2, I'd say CC is now loaded for bear and ready to take on a long Topher.
Is she gonna res the meat shield before she goes in?
Well, let's see. She's gonna burn off a couple of encounters.
I don't think so.
Nope. She might bring him back if she has the charges right before Chaos and put him in the lead just to say, here, take a hit. So
yeah, if she's going to do the extra Brack, we need all the help we can get.
Absolutely. So I'm going to call that about 1 minute, 10 seconds. CC entered.
That's 1 minute, 10 seconds. That's a new record.
That is...
I think I'm an hour.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. You pointed out because it has to be pointed out. You can't confuse people. Yes, 1 hour and 10 seconds in. CC is in Topher and making very quick time.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, if anyone could do it in that time frame, I would nominate CC for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are only a handful of runners that are in the class of CC.
No question. The first ever FFR race I ever watched when I first got into it was Crabcakes, and I want to say versus Pickles and Beer. I believe that was it. In a finals, and it was the first time I'd ever watched it, and I was blown away.
Mm-hmm. It really isn't impressive how. I mean, I'm okay at this game, but
sure.
Then you watch some of the other people, and it's like, oh,
yeah, yeah. You watch the people who are just like, I don't understand it, but I'm in awe of it. Meanwhile, there's a Lich 2, there goes a Lich 2, there was a Lich 2. Goodbye, Lich 2. Caleb, meanwhile, is doing the same thing that CC did, warping out and grabbing more shards.
Shout out to Wildham with bringing the respect to Lich with Lich's Revenge a few years back.
That was a very fun flag set. Everyone really did enjoy that. Meanwhile, Crabcakes pulling up the carry. I don't think carry is long for this world. This, again, like a watermelon carry, is down on the ground, and Cece just motoring along in Topher. Entering at the 1 hour mark, we're at 1 hour 2 and 30, and we're already on the water floor, not letting off the gas. This is the definition of speed and power. Alright, well, Rubes is taking his leave. I want to thank him for being my co-comms, and it would just be me carrying the rest of the way at this point. So, we got Crabcakes pulling up to Kraken. Bracken the Kraken? No, not this time. But Kraken swings, only 1 hit. That's a little low. Meanwhile, Caleb taking care of that annoying Sahag pack, grabbing himself another chunk. And Cece is through. That is mighty impressive. 1 hour 3, and we're already on to the Tia floor. Some annoying sorcerers, they're not a threat to any of them. Our restreamer, Jay Shadow, point out about 1 minute per fiend. That is insanely fast. You gotta respect the skill of some of these runners. It's just incredible. So fast goes out. Crabcakes smacking Tia. 5 hits for 715. Once again, Tia not long for this world. But has some strength left in them. Zap, that ain't gonna do nothing. Ribbons protect. And another swing from that charged X-Cal. 5 hits, 710. Goodbye, Tia 2. And we are onto the Chaos floor. This is going to be an interesting fight. We're going to do some manipulation. Going to bring up the dead. Nope, we're just going straight in. Fast. We're going to use the power. We're going to use the white shirt. Ink comes out. Ribbon protects. Fast comes out. The knight is now fast. We're going to power. We're going to use the white shirt. Alright, come around. We're going to use the ruse. We're going to use the power. We're going to use the white shirt again. Chaos, meanwhile, comes out with nuclear. And everyone survived. We're not doing too bad. Block 2 comes out. Power comes out.
What?
2 comes out.
Q2.
And power bonk comes out. Are we going to start swinging? We're going to start swinging. Block 2, here comes Ink. Oh, Dark actually lands on the ninja, but it doesn't matter. We're looking for that knight to do all the work. Wait, fight, and Cure 4. Swing and a miss. Cure 4 comes out, full heal. We're swinging again. 6 hits for 563. Crack comes out. No, Ribbon protects. Another swing. 7 hits. 764. Chaos doesn't have much left in the tank. 7 hits for 610. We're gonna wait. We're gonna swing. Yes, Chaos does hit for 82. Not a big deal. This Chaos got a lot of HP. And that's it. 8 hits for 733. Crabcakes is done. 1 hour 5:11. That is fast. Get your GGs out in chat for Crabcakes, our winner on stream at this showcase match of the Winter Tournament 2024. Meanwhile, Caleb is still trudging up through Sky, grabbing himself some more chunks. He is same thing. He is in the same position that Crabcakes was. Does he go take on a Warmech? Does he find it? Does he fight it? He's found a Twilight Party pack. Meanwhile, I see we got Crabcakes in chat, figuring out the flag changes we're on. Yes, you did kind of go into this a little bit blind, so we really appreciate it. Yeah, no, all the chests were, the head shards were trapped. The little Warmech is in a trap chest somewhere. We just never found it. safe to say probably hanging out in ordeals are a place you'd never want to go. Meanwhile, Caleb is about to pull up to our old friend, Tia1, who was, not that strong, kind of a pushover. Crabcakes pointing out in chat, the Dragon 4 made Bahamut beatable. Absolutely, Caleb did the exact same thing. That Dragon sword was a great early find, for sure. Well, Caleb walling up. Fight, and fast. Smacks Tia with that ice sword. Smacks Tia with that that dragon sword doing some work. And Caleb is out and heading through the desert. He is in the same position that Crabcakes was very recently. Just needs to get that last shard. Finding himself the classic red stake, which is not long for this world. Gone. So, Cece, I gotta ask, is this your first run of the Winter Tournament flags? And if so, what'd you think of them? Especially of the more bizarre ones that we have, that Caleb had contrived today. Also, well done on the Brack on Astos on the first turn. That was very amusing. And actually, a huge amount of XP. It gave your party almost a level 7 instantly. Also, I do appreciate you picking up Xfer, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. I'm always a big fan of Xfer myself. Caleb, meanwhile, coming back to Titans. He must have left a shard behind. He definitely did. Oh, it's that red Ankleo chest. Yes, everyone loves that one. And that would be Caleb's last shard. He is good to go. Question in chat from our tracker Wildham. Do you have a preference between early canoe and late canoe? These seeds, there tends to be little to no overlap. Meanwhile, Caleb walking in. He's going to turn in, get his X-Cal +4. I'm certain he's very happy to see that. Probably would have liked it a lot better earlier on. Running into just some annoying unrunnables. That's going to happen a lot. But they're not a threat. And that was definitely a quick Topher by you, CC. That was quite something. That was our tracker J Shell said about 1 minute per fiend, so that was very impressive. And
sorry about that. I'm back. GG, CC. Sorry I missed it.
Welcome back, Rubes. Nope, it was quite good. Like our tracker J Shell said about 1 minute per fiend, and Chaos didn't really throw anything out there.
That's gotta be a relief to everybody who saw the race between Chanigan, Gouda, and Jay Shidell Blueberry yesterday.
Oh, don't mention that. Jay still hasn't forgotten that. That was the Temple of Fiends, literally the worst that I think I have ever seen in this flag set. We have both Jay Shadow Tracking and Chanigan in chat, and they, I'm sure, will never forget that. That was a particularly brutal chaos. Meanwhile, Caleb 1 minute 11:50 is now making his way through Topher, and I would hazard a guess that he's probably not going to run into a lot of problems. Yeah, we've so far haven't seen anything from any of the fiends that was really concerning. Chaos had pretty much nothing.
Guess everything got buried. Maybe Warmech has a bunch of this stuff, but I'm guessing we never found it.
Well, no, we never found the. We never found that. Crabcakes pointing out in chat, having the 3 ribbons helps. Absolutely, it does. We also noticed that you named one thief Dan, and the other thief Dan. So we knew one of them was hitting the ground relatively quickly. As you can see, Caleb did the exact same thing with Billy too. The only thing that was asked about this seed rule was that Jay Shardell, our restreamer, not roll a solo Black Mage. Which, to be fair, would have been a very interesting race, to say the least. Meanwhile, pulling up to our old friend Carry 2. Swing, not much. X-Cal, over 1,000 damage. Yep, goodbye, Carry 2. You're just not gonna stand in our way.
That X-Cal +4s, that's pretty okay.
Crabcakes pointing out in chat that with the magic that the Black Mage would have had, it would have been awful. I agree. According to our tracker Wildham, if you were looking for Nuke, it was in Gaia. Quadex was again in Crescent. Zap was high level. It was level 8 in Lefane. Quake was level 7 in Gaia 7, but was learnable by the Red Mage if you happen to get it. But yes, I think that this would have been an incredibly difficult seed with just mages. But nope, that wasn't what was rolled.
Caleb's about to pull up to Scary Kraken too. See if he wants to punch everybody down. Fast comes out on the night. Ninja swing creates 90. X-Cal swing for over 700. Oof. I don't think Kraken's gonna last very long at this rate.
I would think you are correct. Egg is doing its dirty work with its nice little hat on with its feather.
Mm-hmm.
And goodbye, Kraken 2.
Yeah, just rolling out the vanilla lit too. Scary.
With 3 ribbons, you just don't care. There's our worms. Goodbye, worms. Quick heal up and away to Tiamat number 2.
He attacking.
Once again, we're gonna swing. We're gonna fast. We're gonna swing. Speed and power at this point. We're not even using any of the power bonks. We're just gonna go, go, go. This is right out of the Fizzle Beef playbook. Speed and power. Just give her. And goodbye to Tia 2. Once again, no threat. No concern from Caleb. Doing some quick healing. Will we see any party manipulation to try to get an RNG loop from Caleb? Probably not.
Bring up Billy. Billy needs to do something. Come on.
Oh, yeah, no, he did. He put his knight into the 3rd slot. Try to get an RNG loop going. White shirt comes out. Power bonk comes out. Fast comes out. Power bonk goes off. Fast goes off. Here comes the white shirt. What does Chaos have in store? Chaos says swing for 118. Power comes out again. Thinking fade. White shirt. And fade from the Eggy. Ink comes out. Doesn't matter. We got ribbons. And the power bonk goes off. Again, that's 2 stacks of power. This will be the 3rd stack of white. 4 hits for 314. That's not bad. Every time I start throwing some luck 2s out. Fade comes out. 248. Fasting. Fasting. Everyone is now fasted. 5 hits for 481. Nuclear, there's the big one. Everyone survives, no issues. Looks like Heal 3 is going to come out and do some work. Swing with that X-Cal. 6 hits for 566. That's what you want to see. Ink coming out. Doesn't do anything. We're going to fight. Another swing with that X-Cal. 359 for 3 hits. 3 hits for 3 damage. And 4 hits for 100 with a crit involved. Chaos, swing and a miss. Egg comes out with again. And there's the X-Cal. 2 hits for 72. You don't want to see that. 3 hits for 75. You don't want to see that. You're going in the wrong direction. Crack comes out. Not an issue. We got the ribbons. X-Cal swing. 2 hits for 258. Ice Sword swinging. 5 for 5. Ice Sword swinging. 1 damage. Oh my. Ice Sword swinging again. 3 hits for 3. Ice Sword from the top. Through 4 hits. And that is it. That is a Terminated Chaos. And get your GGs out in chat for Caleb. Second place finisher, but is still moving on in the tournament.
Finishing with the race time, GG time of 1:17:50. GG.
Take a look here, see if we can steal Caleb. Caleb is going to step away for a bit, but does send his congratulations to Crabcakes on the win. So, I gotta say that was quite a showing from both of our runners. That was a real good example of what you. Oh, I believe, do we have Caleb with us?
Hello.
We do. Caleb, GG's.
GG? like
Hey.
my map men, I'm gonna walk backwards through this tournament if y'all let me.
I honestly do not know how you managed to do that, sir. I looked at that and it's like, nope. Quit walking. Nope.
You truly do get used to it. A big shout out to Crabcakes for coming in and giving me someone to race. Unfortunately, Papa Duck's not feeling great. He's messaged me, let me know that he was dealing with a toothache and accidentally slept through his alarm. So it's a bummer, but I'm glad he's doing okay, and I'm glad I got to race somebody. So thank you, CC, for showing up and giving me a VOD to go back and watch and figure out how I could lose 12 minutes, because I didn't feel too bad through that run. I felt like there was a couple spots where I could have, had a little bit better luck and moved a little bit quicker, but otherwise it felt like a pretty clean run with these flags. Nothing too gross. Fire 3 wolves, I think, were the nastiest thing I saw, and that's pretty fine.
You had a great race, and we're it's good to hear that Papa Dukes is okay. We all wish him the best. Crabcakes did do a lot of encounter manipulation.
That's fair.
And she did actually land a first turn Brack on the hidden Astos in Matoya.
Oh dang! Yeah, she was saying that in the race room. I was like, okay, I'm gonna save before every fetch turn in just in case it's Astos, and like I saved before Narek and it was fine, and then I saved before Matoya and I was like, okay, that's Astos with the roost stick. I'll come back for that. If it was Ribbon or X-Cal or something like that, I would have likely tried to take the fight, but with it being roost stick, I was like, that's not something I need really for the mid game. And then like the next box I opened had defense sword, and I was like, all right, this is fine. I'm not going back for Astos, sorry.
No, at that point, why would you even bother?
Yeah.
How did you find that canoe hunt?
That was a little frustrating. If I'm being honest, that was the part that felt the worst, and it's the part that feels the slowest in these flags in general, in my opinion. Like if you don't get the canoe early, it's just a linear run with like 1 or 2 50-50 gambles that, if you don't gamble correctly, you lose a significant amount of time. And it sounds like CC and I did the same gamble on early Mirage, but But the flip side of the coin is when you get the early canoe, it's just like, oh no, I have too many choices. So it's they're interesting flags to try to route around.
Absolutely.
And I figured I'm gonna, until I found the cube, I was like, I'm gonna keep opening unmarked boxes until I find cube or canoe, and then I'm gonna stop opening non-X boxes. And then I hit sky, and I clear sky 1, and I was just like, I don't have enough shards. I don't know if I'm going to have enough shards. So let me keep opening unmarked boxes just in case I need the canoe to get to Volcano to get my last shard. And then when I walked out of the sky and I saw that I still needed 1 shard, and I was like, man, I got to go back and fight those rank lows. I really, really didn't want to do that. But I'm assuming Volcano must have just been loaded with Xboxes because they were so few and far between that killing 3 fiends, and still barely having enough is not ideal.
We don't actually know what was in Volcano as CC jetted right down to carry and just finished her.
That's fair.
Your routings though were pretty much the same for most of the seed. There wasn't many divergences.
That's that I'll take that as a vote of confidence. Like, hey, if I'm at least instinctually routing the same as CC and I'm just not encounter manipulating, it's crazy that that's 12-minute difference. But she's one of the best in the game. So
absolutely, and she did the same thing you did. You both went Kraken side first, took Kraken out, came back in, dove Mermaid side. You both ignored Bubbles. Not really happy about that, but oh well.
She's in my way. I also don't do NPC guillotine on her Adorf. We're light warriors, bro. We're here to save the world, not kill the people that live in it.
I will note that Crabcakes does leave the Hooray Dwarf alive, so that made me very happy. That was good. Yeah. Happy to see that.
Crabcakes and I, same wavelength today.
it was very similar. Did you ever consider? I guess I'll pose a question to both of you because Warmac was wandering around in the Sky Maze. Not even a thought.
If I had the Excal prior to Sky, yeah, but I was ready to go into Topher with the Ice Sword. I knew I had the Adamant in my back pocket. I didn't want to check it early without the canoe, so I was like, I'll pop in right before Topher. And if it's Excal, great. If it's Vorpal, even cooler. Opal, that works too. There's only a few things that would have just been a little nonplussed to see, but it was, it was a quick check, and I kept thinking about it, like, man, I should go turn in that Adamant. But the way that Ice 5 was hitting, it didn't really matter.
Yes, Crabcakes actually turned in her Adamant quick, much before, so had the Excal while going through a lot more.
The swords were great this whole seed, though. Ice 5, that Giant 4 was working. The Giant 3, Dragon 4. That
Dragon 4 was your Bahamut killer. I will say that much.
Yeah, it was great. That's what I was like. All right, well, with this defense sword and a ribbon, like, I'm not afraid of Bahamut. No. I should have been because he did kill me once, but
he was. Now, Crabcake's pointing out in chat that the patrolling Warmac was only for levels, but she had found an 8-step T-Rex, so that's what she had that to go with, and saying that she turned in the Adamant in case it was an Excal or a Vorpal 5 and got lucky. So.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. These flags are interesting. I think these flags have their most potential when modified by runners, because it's makes them a little spicier. Sometimes a little too spicy, like we saw yesterday.
I was going to say, yes, we can see that in this case, it was actually quite a good seed, very close to sub-hour. Or you could be yesterday's seed, which was very close to 2 hours if you if it rolls badly.
Yeah, I was happy that Topher wasn't gross, like the that 4-player race we saw last night with Jay Shy versus Woo Bear and Gouda versus Chan again, like that. I kept thinking, I was like, man, if there's gonna be a chaos like that in here, let me buy it. Let me make sure I get life on this night.
Absolutely, that
yeah.
that will be talked about for a very long time. It's probably one of the worst Tophers we've ever seen. You, on the other hand, got very lucky and didn't see that at all.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Except when you're racing Crabcakes, you gotta be really lucky. But I think with the 4 Force, like we're really sort of bailed out. Like the double ninja isn't bad, especially if like you find the right swords. But knowing I was racing CC, I wasn't gonna run 4 up, and then I kept trying to go to fighter red mage, but I kept accidentally reviving the thief in like shops and like the clinics, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep the thief because at least then I can run.
Well, you both actually did the same thing. You both danned one of your thieves off. Crabcakes pointing out in chat that she usually runs thief, fighter, red mage in these frags.
Yeah.
But she does appreciate the trapped shards.
Yeah, it's a fun way to play with these because it solves a little bit of the XP problem.
It does, and you can just pop into a room and say, "Nope, not interested," and walk away.
As long as you have your movement. If you don't have canoe or floater or the boat or the canal or
Correct.
any one of your gated key items like your chime, your oxio, your cube, like your rod, like you still got to open those boxes just to look. But I winced every time I saw an Xbox because like this could be Warmech and I don't want to wipe out of here. But eventually I had too many weapons and then I was like, all right, I'm never gonna accidentally bump into Warmech. So at least that's nice.
I am legitimately curious where he was hiding out, that's for sure, because we never saw him. No, neither one of you.
I mean, it's got to be Volcano Ice or Cardia, right? So, or I guess Ordeals or Waterfall. So a lot of different places he could have been.
He could have been in a lot of places. I've just got this. I've got your. I have your seed pulled up here now, looking at your chaos. He had no magic.
Oh. Well, he did have nuclear, so
that's an ability. He had ink, nuclear, ink, and crack, but no magic whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a pretty tame chaos then. Nuclear's doable enough.
Yep. So it looks like
pretty good.
Looks like Jay Scheidel gave you a break from what he experienced.
I can appreciate that.
I think we all can.
Yeah, this is fun though.
Yeah, that was actually a very entertaining race to watch. I'm glad that Crabcakes were really glad to have you show up and actually make this into a very entertaining evening of an FFR Winter Tournament showcase. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we shall go watch Fizzle and Kumo race, right?
Yes,
we will.
We will. After we're done here, we will be heading over to Speed Gaming 2 for Kumo versus Fizzlebeef when we all finish. My stream results are reminding me later tonight. There is a 9 p.m. race that is actually me versus WinFox 470.
You guys doing anything fun?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't convince WinFox to try to take me up on the role in the casino for what your party is going to be made out of.
That's fair.
Now, I so far only one person has agreed to do that, and he's actually my co-coms, and I will probably never see him in the rounds anyway. So, oh well.
You never know.
I'm good for almost anything, as Caleb knows.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, I guess we'll wrap this up and give RPG Limerick back their channel. Caleb, final thoughts.
I look forward to watching the Luffy and Duskbloom race with magnificent amount of attention.
Yes, that will determine your fate, will it not?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
And I'm not gonna lie. I love Edgeworth. I'm gonna be pulling for Iker in that match. See if we can get another some more upsets cooking. Send some more of these top tier runners into the admin bracket.
Yeah, you say that now, but I know that should I beat WinFox, I'll have to face the loser of that. So that would give me Edgeworth. So I would not look forward to that.
Well, you know. No, this was great. Thank you again, you guys, for giving a little bit of your time to call an exhibition race with me and Crabcakes. Rubes, it's always a pleasure to hang out with you, even if it's in a short span of time. Osloto, thank you for doing the talking, and Wildham for tracking, and Jay Shy for doing the research. I really appreciate you guys putting in your volunteer time.
Absolutely. Rubes, any final thoughts from you, sir?
Caleb did all the shout outs, so I'll just say, make sure you give these runners a follow. Follow my co-coms, follow Jay Scheidel, our restreamer, and Wildham, our tracker. And stay tuned for more exciting Final Fantasy Randomizer action today. And Oslo, you wanna take us out and kick us over to Speed Gaming?
I will
Wherever we're
indeed.
going?
We are heading over to Speed Gaming 2. We'll raid that very momentarily, but I just want to say, if you like what you see, if you want to get involved, head on over to FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. There you'll find the link to the randomizer, a link to our wiki, and a link to our Discord. And for all you new people who are interested, great news. Right after the Winter Tournament is over, we are starting our Duckling Bootcamp for new players. And then our Duckling Derby, where you get to race against the newest class of Ducklings. As a recent graduate myself, I can say it will give you a lot of good skills that you can use for the future. Like to once again shout out to RPG Limit Break for hosting us. Thank you to Crabcakes for making this interesting. Caleb, our runner. Jay Scheidel, my restreamer. Wildham, doing the tracking. My co-coms, Rubes. I'm Osloto. Have a pleasant rest of your day.